Hello, hello. Says I'm live. No, takes a second or two though. Hi, how are we doing? All right. So, I have my post-it notes as per usual, and I know this is a little earlier than usual. 11:11. Oh, that's interesting. Those are angel numbers. Uh-huh. So I didn't even check this. No, that wasn't what I wanted to check. There we go. While that downloads, I wanted to do a cover reveal for you. Hey Mel, how you doing? I see people are joining us. Hello, hello. Oh, we've got a like already. Thank you for whoever did that. I should really learn how to do this freaking YouTube thing. It's like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll eventually train myself to do it, but whatever. Anyway, what to do? Hit the notification bell. So hey Alan, how you doing? G'day. Tom, morning. Oh, this is cool. This is cool being retired, that you can do all these thingies. So congratulations on your retirement. It sounds like it's recent, which is pretty cool. That's great. Melanie's saying stew and dumplings were lovely. Oh, don't make me jealous. Oh, I would die for some dumplings. Oh, that'd be so good. However, I have relapsed on the coffee. So that was one of the things that I was faffing with before. So I ended up taking I do have actual things to talk to you about. But let me tell you about this. I ended up clearing out my cupboards from like all the different varieties of coffee, and I put them away like in another cupboard out of the kitchen so that I wouldn't be tempted. And it worked for a week. And then I realized that I don't want to not drink coffee. And I did like a week without it, so that was fine. But what obviously I haven't migrated everything back into the kitchen cupboard, so I've got one set of one packet of coffee, and I wanted to add something else to in particular. It wasn't strong enough, and this is my second part. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so I was like, this isn't right. It needs something. And so I needed this other thing to add into it, and it was away in another cup. So I had to go find this other coffee to put into the already made pot of coffee. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So anyway, I feel more human and productive and myself. So this is all a good thing. So yes, we will talk about coffee again. And I need to come back. Remind me, coffee, kettle. I have something to ask you specifically, because you guys will know, but I need some help. All right, so I promised you a cover reveal and a book launch thingy, like conversation. So Alan, please take note. I am saying this up front. I have released a book today. Yay! It was meant to happen like 3 days ago, but website issues and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the email went out today, and you can only get it via this email or this particular link. You can't go and buy it on Amazon or any of the other kind of platforms. And I'll explain that in a moment. But in the meantime, let me see if, no, I didn't think it was going to do that. This is the cover. Da da da. So Melanie's saying, how do you get a copy? So on the email list, I've sent an email to everyone who's on the list. So looks for email. Okay, cool. Here's the thing about covers. This isn't even the right cover. It's missing a bit. It doesn't matter. It's roughly, it looks like that. These bits are whiter. There's a layer missing. I don't know why it's done that. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I'll go and look in the email and make sure that the version that I've given them to distribute is correct. Anyway, so getting covers done is a royal pain in the whatsit, for various reasons. There are only so many people that do them. There are only so many people that do them well, blah, 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 blah. And so I've toyed with the idea of doing them myself, like along the way. And like, it's never been worth my time, but also like, I just haven't had the headspace or the tools to do it. And then over a series of things, like doing the animation and, being able to draw like digitally and all this kind of thing, these things have kind of fallen into place. And even though I was avoiding the learning curve for like the illustrator part of it, what was it, day before, I just said, oh, fuck it, I'm going to do it myself. So these are these covers, and you may be able to tell they're not professional, but like honestly, I've looked at some professional covers that we've had, and I'm just like, oh fuck, and it's too late to. This is the best that we're gonna get. Like, just send it out. Like, let's do it. And what can you do? Especially with indie publishing. So I don't know if you can tell. The real test, I mean, you can all say nice things and everything, but the real test is going to be when we put it on Amazon eventually. Does it sell? Because it's the cover is like one of the primary reasons that people will click through and end up buying it. And I did used to do things like test like covers and headlines and all this kind of thing on like Facebook ads and Google ads and all that kind of thing. But you can't do that with covers because it's a particular environment and it's a particular psychology in the Amazon marketplace, the Amazon environment. So it's really a case of suck it and see. And I'm going to pause dramatically for those of you who get my humor and and everyone else can ignore it. Okay, so Alan's saying, come one book one. Very tasty it is too. Are we talking about the cover or are we talking about the book? Because I know that you've read the book already. Yeah, Alan did a jit read for us. So did Melanie. Cool. So Mel likes the cover. I don't know if it looks amateurish. I hope it doesn't. I might do some tidying up on it and whatnot now that I'm looking at it. But anyway, he's saying tasty to both. Brilliant. Okay, cool. Nice. All right. So I'm excited. This is done. This is out. I think this is probably the second book that we've sold direct, but it's the first series where we're just doing it all across the board directly to you guys. Obviously, Patreon people, you should have seen my note. Don't buy it because I'm going to like gift it to you. So that's a thank you for all of your support and everything over the months, and for some of you years. Actually, we've been going on Patreon for over a year now, so that's cool. Teresa's saying, "Dang, I missed it. What did you miss? You missed the cover. I can show you, but you can also check your email, my dear." There you go. So that's the book thing. What was interesting as well was doing author notes again. It's been a long while since I've done author notes, and so it was kind of like, oh, I kind of have to I have to take into account that this might be the first series that people have seen. And so I kind of need to introduce myself a little bit, but not too much. And then I have to say something interesting for the rest of you. So hopefully the author notes are interesting. I don't think I've hit funny yet, but I will. I'm working on it. I'm work in progress, right? I'm looking down here because I'm looking at my notes. I should probably put my notes up here. Oh, Teresa says she loves it so much. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad. I'm really glad. That's so cool. Okay, let me ask you about the kettle thing, right? So this is one of those instances where, do you guys remember the story? Oh, Larry's saying that the cover is only relevant if I don't know the author. Oh, good point. Okay, well, I'm glad you know me. Maybe you'll try it. Let me know what the story is like. I'm really curious because this story is different. It's first person and it's well, it's a female protagonist, and it's a little bit sassy and snarky and I don't know. there's a lot more. She can be opinionated because it's first person, right? So I don't know. Like I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Oh yeah, and stand by your email. If you bought it, what will happen is I will send you another email like in a few days, and it will ask you some questions about like your favorite bits or like quotes that you thought were particularly funny or whatever, so that we can use those like on social media, and we can give you a shout out, and we can either attach your name or not attach your name, or whatever you want. So I thought that would be a really fun thing to do. So, oh, Melanie loved the book. Thanks, Mel. Melanie gave it a once over as one of our beta readers as well. We've got, do look at this version because we've put your your names like for the JIT team in the front of the book. So you're immortalized in the actual book. So that's cool as well. Let me ask you about the kettle. So when I was in the UK, every now and again, people don't apologize for your work. The little bits I've been able to read over IG have been nice. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying them, Teresa. That's cool. And so Alan's noticed that we've thanked him in the things. Brilliant. I'm going to stop reading the chat and just talk to you for a minute, because otherwise, keep typing. I'm going to be disciplined. It's the coffee. I'm scattered now. Kettles. So when I was in the UK, on the occasions where I've had a job and had to go into like offices, I remember various occasions where people would like they'd boil the kettle and they'd say, "Oh, that one's just boiled, so you can use it," right? And a bishop, that's what the bishop said. I've missed it. That's what she said, Joke, clearly. Oh my God, I'm so slow. So they say the kettle's just boiled, or oh, don't reboil it, I've just boiled it, or oh no, that's boiled, I'm going to refill it. And then they just put more water in. And I never could get a straight answer as to why that was a thing. And it seemed to be like you shouldn't reboil water. And I'm like, I'm sure that's just for like not reheating meat or some shit like that, right? So can you guys, especially those of you in the UK, because I have a funny feeling like no one's ever done that to me over here. And I've been, obviously you've seen that I was in like workspaces and stuff in the first few years that I was here. And no one's ever, oh man, there were never kettles around. But anyway, I just like looking at things like the hand washing, difference in hand washing times, and how the UK handles like health and safety and whatnot. I'm curious as to whether this was a thing that like a certain generation was taught, like to not reboil the kettle for a particular reason. Like someone said once something about, oh, because of bugs, and it was like the most unscientific answer ever. But like that's okay. But they didn't seem to know why they weren't to boil the kettle more than once. So if there's a legit reason, I get it, and I would like to know, and then I can make a decision as to whether I should like boil the water or empty out hot water and blah blah blah. So okay, brilliant. This sounds plausible. Okay, so Alan's saying, Ray the Kettle, it's to do with the limescale deposits from the water, particularly in England. Okay, so I get limescale, but every time you have a heating element in contact with water, you're always going to get limescale buildup, and especially where you've got hard water. But what does reboiling it do or not do? Because like, say you're making tea, you need to have boiling water. That's the whole point, right? Otherwise, the chemical reaction doesn't happen. So you guys keep typing, there's probably a delay, so I'll wait for any answers. And so similarly, like is this I know you have hard water in America, but is this a thing that you're told, like don't reboil water? And then so this is the other thing that really confuses the heck out of me, because they would then put more water on top of the water that's already been boiled and then put it on, which like if it's bugs, then you've still got bugs, germs like germinating in that water, and all you've done is you've added more water to the bad water, right? I don't know. It's one of those things. do you remember me telling you about security systems and how my mum was talking to another mum, and this was at just outside a shopping center, and they were talking about security systems, and they said something like, oh, you've just so much as got to look at them and they go off. And they must have been talking about a particular one or a particular alarm in a particular building or whatever. I don't know. And I could never understand that. Like, what good is a security system that if you look at it, does it mean that you're guilty or that you're going to break in if you're looking at one of the devices or whatever? So that puzzled me for ages. I was in my late 20s before I realized that it was a figure of speech. And it's like, oh, you so much as look at something and it sets it up. Like, oh my God. I must have been at least 28, something like that. So this is feeling like this whole kettle water boiling thing is feeling a lot like that instance. And like, who else am I going to ask, right? Nods. Okay, Alan, it's better to use fresh water or fresher water by adding more water. Also to do with ionization. Okay. All right, so it's to do with limescale deposits and ionization and not germs. Because, okay. All right. I think I kind of buy it. But I mean, that feels a little bit less immediate for people to worry about, like in a workplace. No, not to do with germs. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I'm buying it a little bit. Thank you, Alan. That's helpful. I noticed, and also it's kind of rare. So I noticed like one person out of everyone else who's watching and chatting. So I'm assuming that no one else has got anything to add on this, or that Alan's covered it. But it used to be such a tiny thing, like you could ask and no one else in the break room would be able to explain it. So what I'm saying is it's niche know-how, it's niche knowledge. It's not like don't stand close to swans because they might break your arm. Which I was in my late 20s before I'd ever heard that was a thing. And I still didn't understand it. It's like, you know, when these comedians, they talk about stuff and like half the time I'm hearing it for the first time, whereas like you have to know the stuff in order for it to be funny. So like I end up having to fill in gaps of knowledge in order to find it funny. Claire's very good. My friend Claire's good at telling me the bits of information that I need in order to find it funny. But the swans thing was exactly like that. All right, cover reveal, email. Oh, okay, blue. My blue hair. Okay, so Melanie, as you can see, it's still black. So the blue started to wash out and it went back to brown. So this blue hair dye malarkey doesn't really do anything, and I don't think it's worth the drama. So I'd use the original thing. Oh, hey, blue. Just as we're talking about blue hair, right? So I noticed that it was starting to go kind of brown at the ends, and I was like, oh, I can try the conditioner. So there's me thinking that the conditioner is going to be like really tame, like in terms of like not staining my hands and the shower curtain and all that kind of thing. So I just went ahead and like whacked the conditioner on while I was in the shower. Oh my God. It was such a mess. It looked like a murder had happened, but it was the murder of a Smurf. Like there was blue everywhere. I'm like, oh shit. Luckily, in all of my hair dyeing excursions, even as I was nomadic, I learned a few tricks at making sure that hair dye doesn't stick. So I ended up washing the towels down. And another good thing that works is salt, right? So I have like bath salt and stuff, and I ended up putting, yes, I killed another unicorn. Exactly, blue. So I put salt down in the bottom of the bath, and that really helps to get rid of it as well. So obviously bleach does, but like bleach is not so good for the environment, and you can't get it delivered properly here, and blah 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 blah. So Melanie's saying Smurf killer, new book theme. Yeah, I'm not into writing slashes or anything, but oh my God, it was a mess. And my nails are still a little bit of a mess. You can't really see on the camera, but you know, and like I was like this with the salt, and the salt really hurts. Like salt's using an exfoliator, and I'm like, oh my God. So I don't know. I don't think it's worth like using it again. I don't know. But I'd read somewhere as well, because it ran clear like really easily. So like the whole point of it being a conditioner is that it behaves like a conditioner and not as a like sticking like a hair dye does. But anyway, whatever. I think I've decided it's not worth the drama or the cleanup that's required. What else have I got? Oh, a couple more things. Hebrew. So I've been learning Hebrew. You know this, that I toggle between Hebrew, Icelandic, and Arabic. So I've been on a Hebrew streak, and I've actually got a streak on drops. So I used various things. Oh my God. Okay, so there's this. You don't want to know. Maybe you do want to know. What was I looking for? Oh, drops. Drops. Here we go. I'm telling you how many days streak I've got. I'm going to show you. I think I've got like 19 days. Where did it tell me? Oh no, 24 days streak, which is my record. Because I'm not into this whole like you got to do everything religiously and you got to push, because I don't think our bodies or our brains are made for that. So anyway, 24 days straight. Okay, I've had 3 misses, but it doesn't record those misses if you get back on it the next day, which I think is kind of cool because it motivates you to do more. And the whole point is like, how much more learning can you do than you would have done otherwise? So anyway, it serves its purpose. So I've been on a streak with that. But the Pimsleur one, which is where you listen to it and you do it all by ear, I haven't done for a while. But this is good because it's helped me learn the characters and not as in characters, but characters as in like letters. And so yeah, it's going okay considering I've had limited energy and whatnot. So hang on, what's going on here? Dobre utra. Okay, is that Hebrew? So dobre utra. Is that modern Hebrew or is it Yiddish? Because I don't speak Yiddish. Dobre reminds me of the Slavic languages where dobre is good, but dobre utra would in Russian would be good afternoon or good day. So I don't know. It's Russian for good morning. There we go. Okay, cool. See, I can figure shit out. I can read a little bit of the Cyrillic text, like the whatnot. Okay, so Alan's saying, I'm a member of the Grayson Space Navy, part of the official fan org for the Honor Harrington Universe by David Weber. Oh, right, okay. Noah Smurfs because our uniform is blue. Oh, cool. That's great. Buenos Via. Buenos Via. Good guess. I don't know. I don't know. Alan's saying, should I be worried about what? I don't know. Okay, so we're not killing Smurfs. Iceland is the other thing on my list. So you all know that I have this ongoing thing about Iceland. Oh, it's Romanian for good morning. Oh, cool. Nice one, Blue. So Iceland, every now and again, I kind of feel like, oh, I need to either I feel like I'm going to end up in Iceland at some point. But recently, maybe I just need a vacation. Maybe that's all this is. But I was thinking about like my next move and should I move from America? And now that things are chilling the fuck out a little bit over here. I don't know. There are loads of other factors that I'm not going to get into, but Iceland's kind of cool. But now that Britain isn't part of the EU, I don't think my passport will be any good there. So I'd have to like find some other way of being there, and maybe you have to go through a whole visa process again, like I had to do here. So anyway, in order to temper my thing and like to test the waters like energetically, I was scrolling. Oh, and also, like, I swear my dead friend has been like knocking pictures off the wall, because like this one that was on the wall here, I had 2 Van Goghs like lined up, and it turns out, like, I didn't know this, but he hates Van Gogh. And one of them dropped down, and I tried to put it back up again, and it dropped down like during the night, the following night. And so I moved that and I swapped it with the painting that I have in the bedroom, and I tried to get the painting from the bedroom to stick, and that's dropped again. So I'm like, what's going on? Like, what is this? Is this like a thing to like make me rethink how I decorate my thing? And then I was I don't know how I came to it, but for some reason that connected with Iceland, and I'm like, maybe I need to bring like Icelandic energy here rather than going to Iceland, because like Iceland's kind of isolated as well. Like it was really hard for me to like meet people and make friends and whatnot. But on a day-to-day basis, like what I'd be doing would be exactly the same as what I'm doing here. So it's like I'm back in a situation where I could be anywhere in the world, and it doesn't really matter. So I started scrolling pictures like for paintings or canvases of images of Iceland, like in the what they called, the Aurora Borealis and the ice glaciers and all this kind of thing. And it's so beautiful. And I used to love like just going out and like walking and running. And I'd find like myself like 2 hours from home, and I'm like, oh my God, and I ran part of that. So I'd be out for hours just like soaking up the energy and enjoying it. And like the land energy there is just amazing. So I'm really tempted to go back to Iceland, like whether to stay or whether to just visit, I don't know. But anyway, so that's on the agenda. But what I figured was, what if I put like some images of Iceland in my apartment so that I could at least have the vibe of it here? And I think that might be really good for me, because yeah, I miss it. So Blue saying, yay, necromancy is fun. Oh, my client's not speaking in and messing with you. Necromancers are just healers with bad timing. I love that. That's hilarious. Who was that? That was Blue. Well done, Blue. Healers with bad timing. They're just a little late. Hi. So Michael's just joined us. Hi, Michael. How you doing? So yeah, actually, this is looking like it's probably a better time to do it. I mean, granted, I'm still on my second pot of coffee rather than my first pot, but you guys are around. I would have figured that like a little bit later would have like missed some of you guys, would have caught more of the UK contingent, because like tea time was around 6 o'clock. I try to avoid 6 o'clock because that's where everyone has the tea. But anyway, Michael's plays kazoo. Yeah, all is good, Michael. We've been talking about like the release of the latest book, and so yeah, like here's the thing about the book series. If I have lots of coffee, I could potentially knock it out quite fast, because it's plotted. The hard work's done, as we talked about it being the hard work, is the plotting and weaving of different threads. But yeah, like I've been writing when I work on it, like I was writing probably about 5,000 to 10,000 words a day. So for a 60, 70, 80,000 word book, it doesn't take long to do it, but I can't do that every single day. So that's the thing. So anyway, we'll see how we go. Oh, look, you're all catching it. Okay, so Alan's going for tea time in a minute. Yes, that's the 6 o'clock thing. Yeah, there we go. All right, so what else have we got? Singing was the last thing. All right, I think I'm making progress. I figured out how to, honestly, this singing straw is really helping. I'm figuring out how to sing without straining it, but how to do the what's it called? Like the mixed voice, but belting. So what my biggest problem is like overwhelm now is that like there are songs to learn and I can't do anything. I can't perform until I've learned them all. So maybe I should perform. But in order to perform, I have to get the backing track laid down. So that's a learning curve with Ableton and blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. Maybe I was thinking about this just as I was writing notes before I came to talk to you. And I'm wondering, like, maybe what I need to do is just pick like 3 or 4 songs and learn them and then just perform those and forget about like everything else. And so it'd be a really short kind of Facebook Live, whatchamacallit, because it would only be like 3 or 4 songs, and we'd chat, obviously. But maybe that's the thing that I need to work towards. I don't know whether you guys have any thoughts on that, on preferences. So Michael's saying, yeah, I get overwhelmed when I see how much the taxman takes off me. I know, right? It's that season, and I got it from both sides because I have to file taxes in the UK and the US, and oh my god, so I've got both accountants like mailing me various things to like okay or to talk about. So Blue's asking, are you going to write a Molly's theme? Oh, interesting. It wouldn't be Molly. It would be for Karma, I think, if I were to write a song. Oh, and this is the other thing, right? Because I really enjoyed doing those parody ones, but I need like a target for my parody work. So I don't know. I don't know. I need to find something that I was interested in doing a parody one, but I kind of like the idea of like comedy and mashups and yeah, but that's where the inspiration, you kind of have to, it's like engineering, right? You have to constrain the problem and then you allow creativity to kind of hit within those parameters. So that would be the fun thing that I want to do before I get into writing serious songs. Like I've had a go with some of the serious stuff and I don't know, I'm just not feeling it yet. Maybe at some point there's the mashups are my favorite, like putting 2 songs together or like rewriting the words of a song for a particular reason, and then weaving in like comedic stuff. So we'll see. I'm probably going to re-record at some point the latest one, the goofballing, because of the straining thing. And so if I can nail that and then re-record it, it'll probably be a bit better. And then I'll take that one down. So yeah, Melanie's saying a few songs one evening would be good. Alan's saying, okay, we'll probably be gone by the time you get back, Alan. I'm wrapping up. So thank you. See you soon. Take care. So Melanie's going, go for it. A good mashup would be fun. All right. Maybe I'll do that. Mashups sound popular. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus down on maybe 3 songs, 4 max, and we'll do a Facebook Live, maybe in a couple of weeks, all being well, and then we can take it from there. Okay, that's the plan. All right, folks, I've run out of stuff on my list. So unless you have any urgent questions or things that you want us to talk about, I think we're probably going to wrap up and leave it there for today. We don't have to go for a marathon long call. Any last bits? Yeah. All right, look, thank you for being here. Thank you for reading the book. And if you've just purchased it today, it'll be a couple of days before you get the email through. But any thoughts that you have when that email comes through as the follow-up would be awesome. So yeah, that's it for me. And I'll see you very soon here next week, hopefully on YouTube, and then 2 weeks hence, she's saying, touch wood, for the Facebook Live, where I'll have nailed those songs and I'll give you spotless performances. That was a sarcastic font in my voice, just in case there was any question there. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Oh, bless you, Mel. You didn't need to do that. All right, folks. Good to see you. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye. Bye-bye.